Here we are under the Dandelion Faery Wish moon. Oh, and I am having feet in the river. It feels so good. Look at that swing. Doesn't that look fun? At my favorite little Tolt river. Isn't it gorgeous? Hello and happy spring. Well, I am on my daily walk to the river, and I'm inspired to provide some field notes along the way. Field notes from Moonfeather Hollow. The sun is in the early degrees of Taurus, and it's a earthy vibe. And as I look around, I see dandelions galore and little English daisies. And the trees are green with that fresh, new kind of almost, I don't know, part of it's sea green, but part of it's kind of neon green. Nature has this way of being able to bring every single shade of green together, and it doesn't clash in any way. But there's not many leaves on the trees, you can still see through to the depth into the woods. It's a threshold time for sure. And so here we are, grounded in nature, bird song, the sounds of people mowing their lawns and doing yard projects. It's spring, our seasonal pulse of spring. And in the cosmos, with that sun at those first degrees of Taurus, we're very much focused on kind of ourselves in the present moment, as we should be. This first 10 degrees is usually as you go through the Zodiac, there's the 3 decans. And that first decan is really about you and your daily life. And Taurus just being that earthy energy, and give yourself some little luxuries this week. Some little, I don't know, cozy socks, hot tea, or a basking in the sunlight. I sat on my hammock swing on the deck yesterday, and that was pure delight. I'll go into the astrology of the, time frames that we're in and talk more about the degrees. We do that in the Moonfeather Hollow spaces. But I wanted to bring a little more of that to you out here in the world in general, because we're at a place where I want to see more people tune into nature and the seasons and cycles as a way, as a coping mechanism, honestly, as a way of sort of lean away from human-made things and lean into Mother Nature, and metaphysical things can bring some sense of stability and your own soul sovereignty in these times. Our moon, we just had a new moon the other day. It's just barely a crescent. And we call it the Dandelion Faery Wish moon in Moonfeather Hollow. We have moon themes, which I'm sure you've heard about when you've seen our Dream War of Moonlit Alchemy, our guided lunar journal, and our lunar labyrinth, and our owls from the hollow. I'll always talk about that too. But I wanted to focus on this Dandelion Faery Wish. I'm going to do a whole podcast about it. The dandelions, making wishes, getting in tune with the fairy realm, the nature elementals, and also your own inner child. It's spring. Let your wildling free. So we're going to talk more about that this month in various ways. I also do a blog. But over the course of the next week or so, our lovely La Luna, the moon, she'll be traveling through Gemini, where she is right now, through Cancer, Leo, and Virgo over the next week or so, while the sun is transiting that first 10 degrees of Taurus. So as those energies play out, we're going from chatty thoughts, ideas, to snuggling in and cozy homemaking and nurturing, into dramatic expressiveness and details. That's a lot to cover in a week's time, but that's how fast the moon goes. And those are kind of the different themes that hits as it goes along this week. So when you feel all those different things, know there's a reason. We're just in that kind of time this week. And while all that's going on, we have Mars, Saturn, and Mercury having a big old dance party in Aries. So really what that means is that action, grounding, discipline, chattiness, and ideas are having a party with this fire horse energy year. Isn't the Chinese year the fire horse? It's like igniting discipline, ideas, and passions. They're all on fire. And at the same time, Uranus and Venus are doing a little duet dance at the very, very end of this earthly sign of Taurus. And they're going to, by the end of the week, pop over into the very Aries sign of Gemini. So all that's to say there's a lot of transition going on. If you want to go deeper into any of it, we can do that at the Hollow. But I wanted to touch on a theme of something that kind of pulls it together this week. If you need to narrow it down to one thing, I want to talk about the art of nourishment. In your life, what supports growth and sustainability? What is needing tending? We as a society need to be thinking about how do we circulate resources? How can we honor both capacity and need? And then personally, for each other, what does caretaking look like in our lives? What forms does it take? Vitality is strengthened through mutual participation. Think about that. Vitality is strengthened through mutual participation. It reminds me of an old Gaelic proverb. In the shelter of each other, the people live. So this is the theme of this week. And it comes from facets that we talk about in Moonfeather Hollow. Really based on the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching. These facets are mapped across the wheel of the Zodiac. And maybe you've dabbled in astrology or human design or gene keys. So the sun's journey every 5 to 6 days illuminates a different facet. And this week's facet 27, the art of nourishment. So what is supporting your growth and sustainability? So like I said, if we go deeper into all of this, I'm off to the Hollow Hedge where we can weave these cosmic layers into our days. You can come join us, it's free. And that deeper field, which you know is both cosmic and right here on Earth, cosmic fields and earthly grassy fields, it's there, it's waiting. Come join us if you feel like it.